he mentions at the end a list of sheikhs, of shuyukh, who are supposedly converted from Christianity to Islam. These people, if they were scholars, they have to know these answers.
Now, what Mr. Jibril K, he is saying, okay, how come those sheikh, you asked them those questions and suddenly they found out that you are right? Well, first of all, you know, Jibril, I don't think you've been ever in an Islamic school, and you yourself, you don't speak Arabic, as I remember. So you have no idea, you yourself, what you are talking about. Now, let us say you are going and you are listening to a sheikh, and he is your teacher. What is your guarantee that the sheikh is really somebody teaching you the truth? And what is your guarantee that he knew? So what if he's a sheikh? You know, do your prophet even knew? If your prophet himself do not know what he's saying, 90% of the Quran is kind of you know, somebody trying to make a rap music and he is putting things together and they don't make sense. I used to have a cat and she used to follow the rat and the rat watched TV and I got the ABC and etc. You know, there's no, put them together, they don't make sense, but still, here we go, I made words. Let me show you first that your scholars and even your prophet, he never have an answer. All of you the same. You guys are the same as a parrot who keep repeating words without knowing what they mean. As an example, in chapter 3 verse number 7, the Quran says there is many verses are very clear in the book. We send the book, you know, in it there is verses basic or fundamental established on the meaning. See, this is what the basic fundamental mean. They are established in the meaning. And there is verses who they are allegorical. So those are verses nobody knows really what they mean. Now he continues saying, only Allah knows, no one knows the hidden meaning except God. Dot. You see the dot? And those who are firmly in knowledge or grounded in knowledge say, we believe in the book, the whole of it from our Lord. So the one who is a sheikh, they do not know the meaning, but they just say, we believe. You see? Read with me again, because some of you Muslims, you don't know how to read your Quran. You think the Quran says, only Allah knows the meaning and those who they are grounded in firmly in knowledge. Some scholars, they will say to you, yes, this is what it says. And some they will say that it is not the case. The case in here saying only Allah knows what they're meaning. As an example, who is the scholar can explain to me what the chapter 19 verse number 1 mean? No scholar. Each one of them has given you his own explanation, and 90% of them they say only Allah knows. You know, and there is a lot of cases like this. You can go as an example. Chapter 68 verse number 1. This is about Noon. Noon is a letter. Now Noon is a letter, but suddenly it is something else in the explanation for your sheikh, the one you are saying how the sheikh do not know. Well, it's very clear that your sheikh, they are basing their knowledge in ignorance. Read with me. The sheikh who wrote this is Ibn Abbas. You know who's Ibn Abbas? This is one of the companions of Muhammad, and he is his cousin. And even Muhammad, he prayed to Allah before he died. He put his hand in the top of his head, saying, may Allah guide you. So he trusted him to explain the Quran. He said, may Allah guide you to explain the Quran to the believers. So here we go. This is a companion. He is a cousin of Muhammad. He spent his life with him. He memorized the Quran. And in the same, supposedly memorized the Quran and the meaning. And supposedly he got all the answers which he have from his prophet, which is his cousin. What Ibn Abbas is saying about explaining this verse. And from this narration on the authority of Ibn Abbas, the authority, you see, he's an authority, he's not a joke. This is Ibn Abbas himself. That he said regarding the interpretation of Allah saying Noon. Noon, he says, Allah swear by the Noon, which is a whale, is the whale. that carries the earth on its back, while in water, and beneath which is the bowl, and under the bowl the rock, and under the rock the dust, and none knows what is under the dust save Allah. Here we go again. Only Allah knows. Even Ibn Abbas, he will get to the point, he will say to you, only Allah knows. Now, I want to ask you, your smart mullah who you are listening to, imagine you are listening to Ibn Abbas now. This is not the mosque guy in your street. This is one of the biggest names in Islam. This one have fingerprint everywhere in Islam. You cannot ignore what he's saying. When he say that the earth is in the top of a whale, and the whale is carrying the earth, and in its back, and the whale is in the water, and beneath the whale there is a bowl, and under the bowl there is a rock. And what is that? Here we go. This is your scholar. Are you going to say to me that your scholar is right? He got his answers guaranteed from Muhammad. Otherwise, tell me from where he got this. Jibril, he is a prophet. Ibn Abbas is a prophet. Like, if he's a prophet, okay, Jibril came to him and told him, you know what, there's a whale and the whale. So from where he got those stories? Must be from Muhammad. So you're a prophet and your scholars have no idea what they are talking about. This is a rubbish. If you continue, I think it's really weird. The name of the whale is the wish, and it says the name is Lotia. The name of the bull, Bahamut, and some say it is the name Tahalut or Liona. The whale in the sea called Awad. Man, a second ago you said the whale, his name is Lawash. What is that? And it's like a small ball in a huge sea. The sea is in Hollywood Rock, where there is 4,000 cracks, and from each cracks water spring out to the earth. And it's also said, listen, it's also said, and now you will see how it's also said. It changed the whole meaning suddenly. Until now we have a whale, we have a bowl, we have the earth in the top of the whale. Now look at this. It's also said that the Noon, one of the names of Allah. Look how confused the Muslims are. In here he is a whale carrying the earth. In here it is Allah. What is that? Where is the knowledge of Islam? Where is this is a mullah is speaking to me. Come on, either he is a whale or he is Allah. Are you telling me that Allah is fish? Allah is a whale? And it's also said that the Noon is inkwell by the pen. Allah swore by the pen. This pen made of light. Here we go. Allah, Noon, the word Noon was a whale in the beginning, turned to be Allah, then turned to be a pen. This is all in one page. All in one page. Now, this is a scholar I'm listening to him. He's teaching me. It said, and also it said, and also it said. Now, what I got from all of this? Rubbish, nothing. Did we get the meaning of it? Not yet. Because it might be the first one, the whale. It might be the second one, that this is the name of Allah. It might be last one, which is the pen. Now, if I became a scholar later, Ibn Abbas is my teacher. He's my scholar now. Teach him. And later, after 20 years, I became a scholar myself. And you came to me and you asked me, hey, brother Abdul, what is the answer for this verse in the Quran? I will say to you, it says, brother, this is Noon. It is a whale, and this whale carrying the earth in the top of it, in its back, and beneath the whale there is a bowl, and beneath the bowl there is a cracks, and there is 4,000 cracks, and all the water is coming from it. And it says also too that this is one of the names of the Lord Allah, and it says also too that this is the pen which is made from light, and Allah wrote with that pen everything. And here, guys, why Allah will write anything anyway? Allah, he have a problem with memory. So when Mr. Jibril, he is wondering how come the scholars are leaving Islam and they found things they never found before. Because you know what, how you can find anything in this book? It's a very confusing book. I just gave you an example, very little one. showing you how nobody knows, brother. Each time we put a Muslim in the corner, he said to us, only Allah knows, only Allah. So why Allah sent the book? Why Allah did not tell us what is noon from, like, right away when he made the verse? Why you are saying noon? Just give us what is noon. We never heard about noon. Noon is a letter in Arabic. It's not a word. Imagine somebody put for you G, and the pin, whatever, it's right. What is that? What G? Is that Jesus? Is that God? Is that garden? Is that great? Is that go away? What is that? A letter means nothing. This is why they are getting confused. And this is the story for the whole Quran. It's a confusion book. So don't get confused, Mr. Confused. Christ is Lord, Islam is false.